Shottys.
Representing Shottys, CEO Joe Block and COO Austin Rovetti. Let's give them a warm round of applause.
Started. Come on, guys. Tobin, this is going to be for you later.
All right, perfect.
All right, well, I'm Joe Block.
And I'm Austin Rovetti.
And we are Shottys.
Nice.
All right, I hear we have some fans in the audience. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves, and then we're going to tell you about Shottys, and then we would love to taste these with you guys together, because that's the whole point of this thing, is the communal aspect and experience of the whole Jell-O shot thing.
That's right.
So a little bit about ourselves.
Thanks, Joe. I come from the world of experiential marketing. So that's really about getting products into the hands of consumers and influencers. And I did that in Los Angeles by running multiple projects for Nike. I did the project between Kobe Bryant, the Staples Center, and Nike. It's called the Nike Vault, the #1 performing energy space for Nike worldwide. I also ran the 2010 World Cup headquarters. But after that, I launched multiple projects for the Honest Company, Samsung, Target, and so really, you name it, I've done it.
And so I come from the world of consumer goods, so I worked for the wonderful company. You guys might know they're Justin Wines and Landmark Wines, but they also own Fiji Water and Wonderful Pistachios and Palm Wonderful. So I was a brand and corporate strategist there, and while I was there, I was asked to head up the marketing for Wonderful Halos. You guys know those easy peel Mandarin oranges. And so in our first year, we became the best-selling Mandarin orange. We beat out the incumbent Cuties and became the #1 selling brand with 61% unaided brand awareness. I've never seen anything like that. It was absolutely incredible. But enough about us. We're here to tell you about Shottys. So who out there has made a Jell-O shot or knows somebody who's made a Jell-O shot?
Show of hands.
Show of hands.
Who's done it?
Pretty much the whole audience. So you guys know what a pain it is to make these things, right? It's like you're slaving over the stove, you got to clear out the fridge, you discover the 3-week-old pizza. Where did that come from? And so there's such a pain. And so Austin and I experienced this firsthand. So Austin and I are both nerdy board gamers, and so we'd have board game nights and dinner parties. And by the end of the night, all the shots were always gone. Nobody ever turned us down. But it was such a pain to make. We were like, wouldn't this be great if we could buy it at our local liquor store or grocery store? And we couldn't find them anywhere. And that's how Shottys Party Ready Gelatin Shots was born.
That's right, but we're not doing just the Jell-O shot. We've elevated the Jell-O shot. So we're doing it with all natural ingredients. There's no artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners. Not only that, we're gluten-free and we're kosher if you're into that kind of thing. We developed a squeezable cup, so gone are the days of using your finger or a spoon. This is easy, convenient, portable, and ready to party. So enough about the shots, right?
No,
you can.
But trying to keep it classy up here, you know.
I do want to tell you, I developed a little technique for this, okay? So let me show you, let me demonstrate. We have a motto at Shottys. It's called peel, squeeze, and party. So obviously, you peel. Cheers, squeeze, and party.
Tobin, trooper.
Nice job. So that's really kind of the essence of what we're doing.
And so, we've got 2 different packs. We've got a retail pack, which you see right here, and there's maybe a couple on the table too if you want to play with them. It's got 8 shots, 4 in the top, 4 in the bottom, and it will retail for $9.99. So it's basically $1 a shot.
But not only that, we've got an on-premise pack. We've got a bulk pack with 96 units per master case. Retailers love it because they're seeing $2, $3, $4 at the register. And this is perfect for your bars, your nightclubs, your beaches, your travel destinations.
Yeah, and so some other great benefits about the product too. So you can ship it and store it ambient, and then when it's time to serve it, you just throw it in an ice bath or in a refrigerator or a cooler a few hours before, just like you would a beer or anything else. And other great point about this too is Austin and I are the co-founders, and so we make all the decisions and we make them very quickly. There's no board, there's no there's teams behind us helping make this thing happen, but we can move quickly, and so we listen to feedback from the market, we listen to our consumers. I'll give you an example. So there's a little tab here that says 8 shots. We got feedback. People are saying, oh, I only see 4 shots. So we added the tab because when you see it on the shelf, you'll see oh, there's 8 shots. And so we take that guidance and we adjust and we respond to the market. And so we're doing the same thing now, launching and getting into independent stores and seeing how it's working, and then we're going to scale it up. So we're based in Southern California, and we'll grow it up from there.
That's right. So like Joe said, we're launching here at WSWA. We wanted to thank the panelists, the audience, and everyone here for giving us such a great opportunity to launch this amazing, new, innovative, and most importantly, fun product.
Thank you, Joe and Austin.
You know, on the flip side of this thing, operationally, my warehouse guy would be going crazy with these. It's like, you know, how are they packed so it looks a little more durable?
Yeah, so it's in a master case. There's 12 of these in a case, and they fit. We've already shipped them to trade shows and all around. And
you just sell it as a master case. You don't sell it as a 4-pack.
Exactly,
Correct,
exactly.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
We did extensive ship testing with that master case as well, and we've basically had 0 failures.
I've got 2 nephews at the University of Michigan right now. Boy, oh boy, this would be a hit. I mean, every college, this is every fraternity house and college town. I mean, this is a great idea.
You know, we're going after the millennial, and this really speaks to what consumer purchase patterns are really shifting towards. Not only are we hitting all the great benefits like gluten-free and no artificial ingredients, but we're at a really great price point.
And it's 25 proof. I mean,
Yeah.
this
25 proof.
kick.
Yeah, you're getting your money's worth.
You guys taste the alcohol?
How is it proofed?
How is it proofed? We use the 6 times distilled vodka, the co-packer that we have.
It's spirit
It's
proof.
vodka,
spirit,
yeah.
Yeah, because it's important, like a state like Michigan, depending upon how it's proofed, even though it's 12.5%, if it's proof spirits, it could end up going through, well, no, it would go through the wholesale side. Yeah.
That's right.
I think the flavors are fantastic.
Thank you.
And I also love that on each individual shot, you have kind of your marketing points with gluten-free, made with premium vodka, all natural. I thought it was interesting, colored with vegetable juice.
That's right.
And
So our strawberry-
versus just having it on the packaging, you're seeing it on every shot.
That's exactly right. Our strawberry is colored with black carrot. We're actually the first company to ever use
Vegetable.
spirulina, which is a superfood, in an alcoholic beverage.
Are you currently selling?
This is our official launch, our coming out party. We've done a little testing in the Southern California market with some independents, and now we're figuring out route to market. But we want to focus and grow that market and show that this thing works and scale it from there very quickly.
Who's your core consumer?
A great question. So it's 22 to 35. It skews a little female, and it's largely the millennial, the people who are into Lululemons and into Instagram, and the people who want to have those great experiences. And we've got like fun little quotes on the side that, is my mic going in and out? You miss 100% of the Shottys you don't take. You guys know the Wayne Gretzky quote? So, fun little stuff where it's like those surprise and delight moments.
We designed the pack to be Instagrammable, and I'll give you a little a story about that. So we launched here at the show. Yesterday we had a video posted that's just hit 175,000 views on Facebook today.
Wow.
Very good.
Thank you.
I'll put on the
Sure.
mixology hat here for a second because I do a lot of drink development, have done. And when we went down the road of these Jell-O shots and trying to elevate them, we went down the road of like Last Word and Negronis, and they're great. So I was really curious when I opened that up to see what I would taste. And the funny thing that happened was it was an emotional memory. That took me back to my geek and my grandmother making finger Jell-O back in Rochester, New York in the 1970s. And combining that with booze, I mean, you guys have nailed the fun aspect of this. And that is what this industry, at least on the high end of it, has really been missing for the last 10 years or so, is we've taken it so seriously. It's nice to see a couple people bring the fun back.
We're definitely trying to do that. And to just speak about the formulative process, we knew that we had to not only nail the balance of flavor and alcohol, but really the key here is the texture. A lot of times, if you're not precise in your formulations, you get a texture that's way too firm and unappetizing. And hopefully you guys noticed today it was a very great texture.
Yeah.
How are you guys funded? Suppose one of these big companies on the stage here gave you a big order. And I've seen this happen a lot where, we want 100,000 cases of this, and then the real trouble begins because you sometimes can't handle that type of growth? I mean, are you guys properly funded?
Yeah.
For sure. So right now, it's all self-funded, and we're in a position to source money if we need to, depending on how big the orders are. But we do think that there's a benefit in growing kind of incrementally and not just kind of jumping into as many markets as we can and really proving this out.
What are you going to do for consumer loyalty so that somebody else doesn't just come out with something similar? What's your strategy to have to build brand equity and consumer loyalty?
Some of those points, we have IP around the squeezable cup. We're the first company to do that. We've built trademarks around the name and our tagline. We feel that we've got a memorable and translatable logo and brand name. So as we pivot to hopefully alternative products down the road, we've built that loyal customer base.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's really interesting. If you had a suite or a booth, I would walk past you. And it would be a terrible miss on my part.
Thank you. Thank you.
The one concern I do have, what I always struggle with these things, and I don't see you there, but we are very sensitive about marketing to underage, overconsumption, those type of stylistic things. And I have passed on brands that are wonderful brands because of that sensitivity. So I've heard great things about our people. They think this is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So I heard really good things about it, but it's one of the things that I would struggle with. Fortunately, they'll be making the decision, not me. So, but it is something. How do you deal with that, or is that not even an issue in your mind?
I mean, it's something we're hypersensitive to, and so even from this sophisticated packaging to the premium ingredients, we could have done bottom of the barrel ingredients and flashy neon packaging to just get it out there. But we really do think putting out a quality product that kind of takes advantage of the tailwinds of what the consumers want is the critical thing. With marketing, we're very conscious of, who's getting in photos and making sure that they look, 25 and older. And we're very sensitive to what platforms we're on and, what the user base is and things like that. So we're hypersensitive to that. And I can assure you there's enough demand from people who are 21 and over that want this.
And I tell you, the other interesting thing, I anticipated something chemically, something synthetic. And I was surprised how tasteful and the natural sort of ingredient or whatever really sort of came through. The flavor came through. It did not feel like it came out of a factory manufactured. It really had a sort of natural good
Well, thank you. I mean, it
flavor
wasn't just
profile.
us doing this in a lab. We worked with a food scientist who was at Nestle for 35 years, knows everything about everything. And she was extremely helpful, but we did so many focused tasting panels and so many different groups to land on these flavors and colors and everything. So there's a lot of
Great
work
job.
behind the scenes to get to this point.
Yeah, you feel like you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, for
sure.
I didn't feel like I was getting short shot at
Yeah,
it.
bucket
speaking
shot
of
at
which,
25
how much
proof,
does
it
a-
was-
How much does a shot cost?
So are you saying to a
consumer.
Oh, to a consumer. So this pack would retail for $9.99. So it's basically $1.25 a shot. And then at a bar or nightclub, it could be $2 to $4. We're in Los Angeles, so it could be 6 or 7.
$9.99.
Crazy world. We've exhibited at other shows and talked to bars and nightclubs and such, and I'd say on average it's about $3 per shot.
I think it is, back to Charlie's point though, I think it is really important for you guys to have a really strong button-up social responsibilities strategy.
Great
Yeah.
point.
Where you're going out there and communicating what you're doing and what you're not doing.
Yeah.
I love that it says not for children on this on the tab here.
right.
I think there's an opportunity probably to put that on the box itself. I didn't see it on the box itself. I think you're onto something, but I think you have to be very careful as you move forward because it can be dangerous at the same time.
Yeah, we did a warning on the back. Must be 21 to purchase and young at heart to consume.
Yeah, that's true.
Great.
All right, well, you nailed that one for sure. Thank you
Great
so
job.
much. Thank you.
Well done.